Right here is an area of the beach where we've got some workers actively cleaning it up now, just to give you a sense of the gear that they're having to operate in. Here they are, folks. This is the infantry. These are your frontline troops in the war on this oil spill. And you can see they all have to be dressed up. They've got the rubber boots on, hats there to protect them from the sun. They're having to wear long pants. Unlike your beach goer, they can't go take a dip when they get too hot from the sun because they're all dressed up. They'd be all wet then. I'm sure they get very sweaty. And they're doing this day after day after day. And I would encourage you to treat these folks just like your military troops. When you see them out in the restaurants, you go up and you thank them for what they're doing. You need to thank these folks for the work that they're doing to clean up this mess. They did not create it. They're just trying to clean it up. They're just trying to make a living. And this is the nature of the work. And this is the nature of the work for them. Day in and day out, as they find the new location on the beach that's contaminated, they come in and clean it up. And this doesn't look like fun work. I'd ask many of you, think about this. Is this the kind of work that you'd like to do? Is this the kind of work you choose to do? Maybe you come do it for a church mission or something like that for a day or two or three. But then you'd have your fill of it and you go back to your day job. These guys are going to be here next week, the week after that, the week after that. And it's only June right now. And the summer is only going to get hotter. So if you get an opportunity to thank these folks for what they're doing, then I would recommend doing that because I'm sure they get a lot of flack from a lot of people because they are just angry. They want to see things happen more quickly. All they're doing basically is scooping up these tar balls and putting them in those bags right there. One of the things I just wanted to show as the workers go by, I know people are getting angry, and of course, don't take your anger out on the workers here. They have to work within all sorts of rules. We don't know what the rules are. I heard earlier that sometimes people get upset when they see the workers taking their breaks under the tents. Those are required breaks by OSHA standards, and there's a reason that they created those standards. Your military, of course, aside from being in a live combat situation, they operate within those same standards for the most part of having to have a large amount of rest. When you're out here working in a rough environment like this where the temperatures are very, very hot, and you're having to wear your full gear with rubber boots, long pants, while everybody else is running around in their swimsuits, and they're able to get in the water. Those guys, they can't get in the water to cool off the way you can, and so they have to take very long breaks. And sometimes, depending on the temperature, those breaks can be 45 minutes for every 15 minutes of work. So you work a worker for an hour, and you really only get 15 minutes of work out of them. But that's the rules that they have to operate under. They're not lazy people. They're out here. This is how they're making their living right now, presumably, and so we need to support the workers. That's sort of like supporting the troops, even if you disagree with the war, or in this situation, you should agree with the effort they're making to clean up the beaches. And you may get frustrated by the beach, you may get frustrated with the corporate response, you may get frustrated with the government, but just don't take it out on the workers.